Hey Pisces. So this is going to be your 2026 overview reading. I did a poll over on Twitter. You guys won, Virgo won, but I think those are the only two that really was like voted on for real. So I picked the other two by myself. But yeah. So hi, my name is B. Just in case if you are new to this, Spirit Customs are being here. Welcome back. I am open for personal 2026 overview readings. You can find the link for my website down below in the description box. You can find my other platforms also in the description box. Lord, not a feel. You can find my other platforms down below in the description box if you're interested in it. And yeah, just a little bit about me also like can be found below in the description box. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments if this resonated. And yeah, I want to start in with some oracles and then I'll kind of work my way around. So like I said, this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also, my 2026 yearly overview readings comes with shop pay. So I know, times are hard. Everything is expensive. Rent, bills, food, groceries, child. Christmas is around the corner, and all the other fun things. So yeah, shop pay is available for like, I think 4 installments of like 30 something dollars, just in case if you want to get it for cheap. And you can also perhaps use the discount code comeback. That's capital COMEBACK, for 10% off. You don't have to just use it on the yearly overview. You can use it for all of the in-depth readings along with a couple of extra readings also. All right, that's enough of running my mouth. Let's go ahead and get these over with. New Beginnings is back down at the bottom of the deck. I was shuffling before I started this, and I saw the New Beginnings card, and I shuffled, and it's back down at the bottom of the deck. Anyway, give me 2 oracle cards for 2026, just the overall energy for Pisces, what they need to know, what can they expect for just the overall energy of the year. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So we have equality and we have justice. So this is a pretty good and pretty interesting combination of cards, right? Considering that in my mind, they kind of are like similar. Justice can always just be making, right out of a wrong, Karmic justice comes to mind. But equality is also a thing too, right? So out of the gate, this makes me feel like making sure that you're being equal and you're being treated equally. I know I just gave a solar return reading to one of my clients who is a Pisces moon. And I know a big part of her solar return next year energy also was about balance, right? Making sure that, again, you're pouring into people who are pouring back into you, that you are pouring into things and situations that are also pouring back into you, okay? This is not the time to be trying to overextend, evaluate any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a time for you to focus on you and focus on you only, okay? And getting justice about things. You know what I'm saying? This is also a time to ensure that, and knowing that, again, things are turning into your favor. The wheel is turning in your favor. Any wrongs that you've encountered this year, any slights that you've encountered this year will be made correct in 2026. Anybody who thought they was coming for you or throwing you under the bus or treating you or whatever energy like that, this is someone who is going to like have to eat their words. Any court situations feels like it'll also be turned in your favor around this time. So it just feels really, really good. Okay. I'm being called to read the little quote thing under Lilith. There's usually like a quote or whatever, or like a statement. So let's see if I can find it. Here it is. All right. So for the Lilith card, it says, an equal partnership is a positive goal. Your personal power may be challenged. Recognize the need for a balance of power in your body and in your relationships. Okay? So again, this makes me feel like making sure that even in your relationship, sorry, I'm cold. If you see me reaching back here, it's because I'm trying to feel this heat. I'm a little chilly. So why I have it so close. But this feels like, again, understanding that, all of your partnerships need to be balanced. It needs to be equal. Making sure that you are in relationships that are balanced and equal. And this also feels like any relationships that aren't in 2026 will probably be balanced out as well. I kind of sort of want to see if I could find. Is it Ma'at? I feel like I always get these people's names so wrong. Ah, go back. All right. And then we have the justice card. It says, justice will be done for the good of all. Take responsibility for your actions. The chaos in your life will end and natural order will be restored. Yeah, so this not only makes me feel like take responsibility and accountability for your own actions, but this, like I said, also feels like people who haven't really treated you equally, people who counted you out, people who kind of have negative intentions and just weren't good for you. This is also the year for them to kind of get their reckoning. um, People who didn't treat you equally, right? Moments that you didn't treat yourself equally, put yourself in situations that you knew were unequal, unbalanced. Okay, this is the time to balance those scales in 2026. Um, Give me a card here for my Lord. I was about to say Taurus. Do you have Taurus in your chart? Somebody watching? Um, Give me something for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Give me a card for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah, bad boys. So yeah, this feels like partnerships coming together, partnerships flowing, partnerships going up. Okay, it says bad boys ride together, die together. It says brother, protect and serve. What you gonna do? Detective, police, code, and besties. Okay. So this feels like, again, whatever maybe wasn't equal will be balanced out, and making sure that, again, you go with people who are your equal and that balance you out. Okay, bad boys. One thing about uh Marcus and Mike, right? I almost forgot Will Smith character's name. Mr. Mike Lowry. Okay, one thing about Marcus and Mike, they were equal. They balanced each other out. You know, that's what made them friends. That's what made them be partners together for so long, right? Finding people who are your equal, finding people who genuinely have your back, finding people who genuinely, live by the code. You know what I'm saying? What they little phrase is, we ride together, we die together. This bad boys for life, right? So it's like people who live by a code, die by a code. People whose code is in alignment with your code, right? So this feels like in 2026, making sure that, again, all of your partnerships are balanced equally, making sure that, again, all people around you are of good, genuine spirits and mean you well just as much as you mean them well. This isn't the time to be around people you have to, like, again, overexert yourself, over pour into them, over give into them. You giving so much to them, they don't even give that much to themselves, and they don't have that much to really give to you either. But they give little crumbs when they can, right? But not only is this a time for, again, wrongs to be written, like other people to right their wrongs, make sure you right your wrongs too. If any given moment you have an opportunity to rekindle with somebody you knew you didn't treat them the best, make sure you do that. If you know that you weren't really being fair with somebody, make sure that you do that. Okay? Things are being restored. I keep hearing justice restored, or karmic justice. So again, it's like balance being restored, karma being restored, wrongs being righted. You know what I'm saying? Things working out. Anybody who, again, thought they was slighting you or getting over you is going to realize that they didn't. They will be dealt with. As I look at this police and detective word on this card. So again, it's like the law is coming. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody bringing the law, and again, it could just be karmic. Saturn is leaving Pisces, or shifting, should be out of Pisces by now, and will be moving into Aries. So again, it's very much giving, like, again, anybody who's done you something, Pisces, will be dealt with. The law is coming. You know what I'm saying? They bring, it's a new sheriff in town kind of vibe. And any slights that you've done to people in 2026, making sure that you really right them. If there's somebody you need to speak to, if there's a sorry, apologies, or, you know what I'm saying, anything like that needs to be said, you need to go ahead and do it and clear yourself of the karmic justice, or of the karmic balance that's happening, because a karmic balance is happening. And not only is it balancing things, but it's restoring equilibrium and equality for you. Give me a card for Pisces for 2026. For what do they need to know? Yeah, protect and serve. So again, you need people around you that, again, not only protect you but serve. Didn't I just say Saturn was leaving? Look, didn't I just say that? Saturn. I just said Saturn is leaving Pisces, and it will be shifting. So it's giving, again, if there's any slights that you have about people, you need to go ahead and clear that out. If you know you done did some fucked up shit behind people, said some fucked up shit, did some slick shit behind their back or to their face or whomever, this is the time to actually right your wrongs. And anybody who's done anything to you, they need to come right their wrongs, and or they will be dealt with. That's literally what I heard. Saturn is here. Discipline, karma. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Saturn. So again, this is about growth. If you know that you're on the right side of karma and on the right side of Saturn, and you know that you are, have been living a godly life, and that you've been living and live, laugh, love, and you've been giving to charity and giving money to the homeless, and you help old ladies across the street, and you protect children, then you don't have nothing to worry about. Again, this is just about understanding and making sure that, again, you attract positive partnerships that are positive and that are balanced. This is not the time to be, again, picking up no projects. You need somebody who is going to be right by your side when the shit pop off. You need somebody who is going to live by the same code as you. Somebody who is going to protect and serve you just as much as you might be protecting and serving them in any type of capacity. But you've attained some wisdom this year that you'll be able to implement next year, is what this feels like. I kind of want to use the other deck, but maybe I won't use it. Give me this deck here. What does Pisces need to know for 2026? What does Pisces need to know for 2026? Yeah, the Strength card and the Three of Pentacles, Leo energy. So you could have some Leo in your chart. Maybe know a Leo, or you're dealing with a Leo. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. Again, teamwork, right? Brotherhood, partnership. You know what I'm saying? Contracts. You know what I'm saying? Tangible effort, tangible process. People who are on the same page as you. People who are on the same wavelength as you. People doing the same thing that you're doing. So, kind of just depends. But I feel like it might take a certain level of strength that you're not used to, or a certain level of strength that, like, might be hard. What exactly is this Pisces needing strength for exactly? Yeah, connecting with old people, Six of Cups. So yeah, these are people that you don't want to cut off, people you've known for all your life, childhood friends and shit that just really aren't on the same wavelength as you, people who might still be taking advantage of you, you know what I'm saying, people who just, again, aren't on the same moral code as you. This could be siblings, this could be besties, like friends, where it's like, you got a lot of love for them, you've known them for 6 years, you've known them since you were 6 years old, but y'all not really growing together. That's just like at the end of Bad Boys, where who was it? Marcus, I think, wanted to quit, or Will wanted to quit, or something. Somebody was about to get married, and it was a whole thing. So it's kind of like that, where it's like sometimes you just kind of grow out from with people. Like sometimes it's just not, the same vibe. But having strength enough to, like, again, rebalance your own skills, to do it for your own self. You might have to realize that, again, some of these people don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, damn, I've known them for so long. Right? But they might be the very ones and the very people who might be slighting you behind your back, needing to come right their wrongs, and they don't. People who, really just take advantage of you. They don't live by the same moral code. They don't live by the same moral compass. They not protecting and serving you. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers who act like, I don't even really deal with Pisces like that. I mean, they ain't my friend. We police partners or whatever, but that ain't my partner. That ain't my homie. I don't really give a damn. Right? You need people who can kind of help you elevate. Three of Pentacles. People who can help you elevate. People who want to work with you. People who want to build with you. People who want to see you grow. People who want to see you progress. People who want to see you, your efforts materialize. You might be around a whole bunch of motherfuckers this year that you need to kind of clear out next year that really ain't fucking with you like that. But it's like, damn, it's going to be hard, because it's like, damn, I've known them for so long. I've been around them for this long. That's my childhood friend. That's my sibling. Yeah, King of Wands. But you making big moves. In 2026, this is the time to be making some really big moves. Look what's down at the bottom of the deck. Page of Wands. Or is this the Knight? Knight of Wands, excuse me. Knight of Wands energy with this King of Wands. So again, it's like you're evaluating who is making progress with you. You're evaluating in 2026, or you need to be evaluating in 2026 who is really kind of, you see a spark of things going somewhere and who not. This King of Wands is looking directly at this Three of Pentacles. So this is a good time to start really evaluating your progress. Yeah, you might have friends that you've known for a long time, but what is the progress report looking like? Are you seeing any growth? Are they growing? Are you growing in the same direction? Are they trying to make the proper changes? Are they trying to heal? This is a good thing to really think about. Are these people who have your back? Are these people who, you know what I'm saying, really fuck with you? King of Wands energy, this is the time to really start taking some initiative on that. And really asking yourself in 2026, what are you going to do? What changes are you going to make? You already acquired the wisdom, right? For some of you, again, this Saturn is giving me 2025. You already acquired some wisdom. You learned some lessons. You matured in another way, one way or another, in the way you do things, in the way that you kind of operate, right? It says discipline, structure, time, responsibilities, practicality, difficulty, restraint, self-control, realism, maturity, and ambition. So a lot of you have kind of went through some lessons already about this. Now it's about what actions are you going to take in 2026. Yeah, Three of Wands reversed. So there is no progress. There is no elevation. These people cannot go with you where you are going. Okay? A good time to get outside your comfort zone. A good time to put yourself in an uncomfortable position. Right next to this King of Wands, Four of Wands energy, right? Are things still feeling harmonious with the people around you? Do you feel harmonious when you leave from around people? Or do you feel drained? Do you feel wore out? Do you feel unbalanced, uncalibrated? Right? Are you seeing any foundations being built with these people? Right, Four of Wands energy is also the foundation of what you're building for yourself. When you look at your foundation and you look at other people's foundation, who's helping you build your foundation? Who don't have a foundation? Some people just don't even have one. They just floating, right? What are they doing? What are you doing? Are you being married? Do you feel merry around these people? Or are these people who kind of make you feel like, where is disharmony? They put you in disarray. I'm even hearing disarray is the word that I'm hearing. They put you in disarray. What you gonna do? Like I said, down at the bottom of the deck, I just saw that. So again, it's coming back to me. Like I said, King of Wands looking directly at this Three of Pentacles. What are you going to do? This is the time to really take some action on things that are either progressing or not progressing for you. This is the time to really check your progress report in 2026, and or maybe right now when you're watching it before you get to 2026. Really evaluate now to say who the fuck is coming with me in 2026 and who isn't. How am I making progress in my life? Because this honestly doesn't even have to just be friends, right? This Three of Pentacles can be progress in any areas of your life. What's working for you, Pisces, and what's not? What's making progress and what's not? How are you seeing tangible evidence and growth and effort, and how are you not in 2026 or before you even get there? To say, okay, this has been working for me, this isn't working for me. This mindset, this way of living, this habit, this cycle is working for me, this isn't working for me. Being around these people make me feel like I can do anything. I feel good, I feel great, I feel prosperous, I feel like I can get up and go. I have a really good energy. When I leave from with these people, I don't feel so much like that. When I hang around these people, it's love, it's harmony, it's love, peace, hair grease. I know that they got my back, I got theirs. When I hang out with these people, it feel a little shaky, it feel a little questionable. It always feel like it's some tension. It always feel disharmony, disharmonious. But then you keeping people around because, but I've just known them for a long time. That's my childhood friend. That's my childhood love. That's someone I've known since however many ages. It's like, who cares? But are they growing with you? Is the foundation good? Are they elevating with you? Are they maturing? Hello? Do y'all live by the same moral code, like I said? Yeah. So in 2026, you kind of leave the fantasy alone, is what this feels like. I feel like Saturn being in Pisces up until this point has really sombered you, Pisces. It could feel like it's delusional as y'all like to get the Rhapsody. After Saturn has wrapped up in Pisces, you're probably not so delusional anymore, huh? You're probably not so delusional anymore. You're probably much more aware, much more somber, much more in tune with what's going on, getting the wisdom and the maturity to kind of handle certain situations. This feels like in 2026, you're not in la-la land no more about the people that surround you and about your family and your loved ones and the people that you call family, right? Your besties, your brother, your sister, right? Bad boys, ride or die. Goddamn, we ride together, we die together. So you're no longer confused about that. So in 2026, you'll have to ask yourself, what are you doing? Give me this King of Wands energy. Yeah, judgment. Then I can't make this shit up. I told y'all my cards don't lie to me. Judgment card, King of Wands. So this is a good time to really go ahead and start evaluating. If you ain't evaluating right now, you'll have to do it in 2026. I'm seeing Leo, Aries. I'm seeing fire signs in general, right? With the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But Leo is emphasized. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is a good time to really start making some analysis. Some analysis on again who can go with you and who can't, and it's gonna take a lot of strength. It might hurt like hell, but it has to happen. As you can see in the strength card, she's trying to open this lion's mouth. She has it pried open with her hands. I'm sure that shit is hard as hell, but it has to happen. At the end of the day, we have the Knight of Wands here reversed on this King of Wands. Yeah, you gotta stop giving energy to something. There's some people you gotta stop giving energy to. There's some people you gotta stop giving energy to in 2026, because they drain you. They don't make you feel equal. They don't make you feel balanced. They don't make you feel poured back into. This feels like, again, equality, right? You unequal. You off your rocker. You off the scale. And these could be people that you show up very, very fast to. Again, I'm seeing 4 of Wands energy with this Knight here. That's now the way it's laying. But again, it's like whatever foundation you thought you didn't have with people, you don't have it. You find out you don't have it. Whatever harmony you thought was around with people, you're realizing it's not really harmonious at all. You know, whatever camaraderie you felt like you had with people, you realizing that it's not that at all. And again, justice will be served. Justice will be served. I say that right again. What's right next to it? Bad boys. You see police and detective right there, right? Justice will be served. Protect and serve. So this feels like, again, if you ain't finding it out right now, for some of you in 2026, you'll start to it'll start to hit you. It'll start to really come together. It'll really start to make sense after that. 5 of Wands energy. Somebody might want to fight. Or once you start getting certain judgments, it might make you want to fight. Pisces. Because I'm seeing 5 of Wands. And with this judgment card, and even looking at this card, it looked like this man in the white finna smack this other man. Don't it? He got his hand up. So it's like, be careful of that too. Don't let what you find out, if you are already finding it out, don't let what you find out push you off to where you fuck your own self up. Just remove them out of your life accordingly. Justice and equality. Saturn is right here. Karma is going to get them. Once you realize people just been in your face playing you, once you realize people just been in your face taking advantage, once you realize people been in your face really just bullshitting you, giving you to run around, it actually might piss you off enough to make you want to put your hands on somebody, and you're being advised to let God, let the divine, let Saturn or whomever else you pray to, karma or whatever else you believe in, do the job for you. But again, if this is you, make sure you right your wrongs. Make sure you have strength enough to go back to that person that you feel like, oh, but I just loved them. Oh, but that was really my friend. Oh, I just really had fucked with them. Okay, if you still thinking about it, you still hurt, you need to go back to it and actually right your wrongs. Don't judge yourself and beat yourself up and then sit here and act like, oh, well, I'm just, because now you just putting extra obstacles in the way. Because you judging yourself and you beating yourself up instead of getting your ass off your shoulders and saying, hey, you were really a true friend to me, or I really cared about you, or we brothers, or we're besties, we are sisters, we're family, we've been friends since goddamn 6 years old. Like, this is the time to really go back to them and really say something. You might even kind of have a test a little bit of saying something. So this is the time to really, again, do that. If you gotta be the one to right your wrongs on some Bryson Tiller shit, then make sure you do that, and make sure you just swallow your pride and tap into your strength in order to really do it. But I'm gonna be honest, for most of you, this feels like somebody else. This feels like somebody else might be needing to come to you to say something, and if they don't, then they might just get spiritually dealt with, since Saturn is moving out of or already out of Pisces. This kind of reminds me of a situation with one of my family members, and they are a Pisces, and they kind of recently just found out that somebody was a snake to them, and that somebody that they thought they was really, really close with probably ain't as close to this Pisces as the Pisces feels to them, because they really kind of been ugly spirited to them, but this person just kind of been trying to turn a blind eye to it. But they're really kind of opening their eyes up now to understanding who this person is and understanding that this person really isn't a good person to them or means them well the way that they was hoping and thought that this person originally did. So it kind of feels sort of like that, where it's like, make sure you keep your eyes open. Okay, now I said, even with contracts, make sure you keep your eyes open. Three of Pentacles is also sometimes about contracts. So again, it might even be people that you've known or people that you have a rapport with, that you have some great memories and stuff, but use good judgment. Don't rush into nothing. For that, I'm kind of seeing that too. For some of you, it's like, don't rush into something. There could be a contract or something that comes up, or opportunity of such, but it's like, again, use your wisdom and use your maturity. This isn't the time to rush into anything off of the fantasy of what you hope it'll be, because you might end up with your ass in your hand after that. You might realize that this comes with a lot of more obstacles, a lot of more issues, a lot of more problems than you originally intended. You might realize that the foundation for this really isn't as solid as somebody was trying to pitch it to you as. The opportunity, the promotion, the job, the position, right, isn't what someone tried to big it up as. And it might take a lot of strength for you to say no, but it's needed. It'll be needed. Give me the... Okay, I was gonna ask for love. All right, woman holding a coin. Give me love for Pisces, please, for my Pisces placements. What do we have in love in 2026? Attachment is here. Watch your attachment issues. Watch your attachment issues. Healer of Ages is here. Contract. Didn't I just mention a contract? I just said that, right? Contract. I said be careful of contracts. Contract. Yeah, and the crown chakra. 7th chakra, the crown chakra. Bottom of the deck is cornucopia. So like I said, for some of you, you might kind of, and we'll jump into love in just a second, but for some of you, this might be financial opportunities with the cornucopia down at the bottom of the deck. Again, you don't want to get in nothing because somebody's selling you a dream. So when it comes to money and when it comes to finances, this is a really, really, really good time to make sure that you are like not going off of blind faith. Even though like blind faith, divine faith is a thing, right? But again, you don't want to be dumb. You don't want to just fly by the seat of your pants and do nothing and let somebody sell you like, oh yeah, you know, because you can just do this and do that and you will, you know, make so much or whatever at this job or this position just comes with all of these benefits, and then you realize by the time you sign your name on the dotted line that this shit is not at all what the fuck you thought it was. So just be mindful of that. You know, pay attention to your crown. Pay attention to the downloads. I tell people all the time, pay attention to them weird aha moments. It's like, I don't know how I knew that, but I knew that. Pay attention to that shit. Because that shit will change your life. And it'll keep you out of a lot of head assery that people try to bait you in. Especially because Pisces, y'all are so empathetic, sympathetic, and compassionate. You know what I'm saying? You go off of how you feel. Everything you feel, but see, feelings pass. You know what I'm saying? So you can't always just go off of what you feel, because feelings change like the seasons. That's why our emotions are ruled by the moon. The moon phases changes every goddamn day. Your feelings change every goddamn day. Don't always lean off of what you feel, but go off of your discernment and your gut and your intuition. The blind faith is good for your gut and your intuition, but I mean, don't do blind faith because you just gonna blindly, optimistically jump into some shit and just hope that everything works out well. No. Yeah, rest and rejuvenate just flipped over. Yeah, so making sure you're meditating. Meditating is going to be good for you in 2026. Okay, making sure that you're really meditating on the idea and really like praying to whomever you pray to whoever your divine team is. Anyway, I started it because I'm getting sidetracked. When it comes to love, make sure you watch your attachment issues, Pisces. If you're not careful and if you're not healing it, you'll kind of fall into the same attachment style situations. Even if it's not with the same people, right? You got all of this justice asking what you're gonna do with people where you see progress or where you don't. But again, it don't really benefit you to leave one connection that's not making no progress just for you to take the same attachment issues and wounds and insecurities and patterns to another connection. You're now just regurgitating the same connection with different people. That's not what we want. So checking your attachment issues, understanding your attachment styles feel very, very important. Okay, for some of you, the attachment is wearing a mask. Okay, maybe you feel like you have to show up as a certain type of person, show up as a certain type of energy in order to really have love, and that is not true. Making sure that you healed that within yourself during this time, okay? Because in 2026, that might not be super beneficial for you. Actually, you have mirroring numbers actually too. Now that I'm looking at it, this attachment card has a 5. Healer of ages is 51, adding up to a 6. Contract is a 6. Seventh chakra is a 41, adding up to a 5. Be careful of people that are mirroring your attachment styles too. You might go to a lot of people, you might attract a lot of people who are mirroring you, okay, or that you might be mirroring. So be very careful about that. We don't really need any relationships that mirror back to us where we need to be healed. But in the event that you find some, okay, let it actually heal you. And make sure that you are also like being that for other people. You know? You don't have to show up as a different motherfucker to be loved or to have love. You need to show up as Pisces. And motherfuckers need to love you for being Pisces. Okay? Even in your most vulnerable times. Don't get in relationships and then you wearing this mask because you haven't healed yet. Now is the time to really make sure that you heal. Financial constraints is reversed. Okay, so again, maybe you just feel like it ain't of value or you don't have much to offer. Be careful of getting in relationships that don't have much to offer, that aren't of much value. Okay, and listen to your discernment. I feel like for some of you, you might kind of find yourself in soul contracts and divine soul contracts. But it will be so you can be mirrored. It will be because anything you have not healed about yourself, you will find yourself in soul contracts and relationships with these people who will reflect it back to you so you can heal it. And you will be doing the same thing for them. It's just going to be super important to make sure that you are actually healing it. Okay, if people are triggering your insecurities, it's not because they just toxic and they ain't shit and they a horrible person. No, they're mirroring back to you your insecurities because you need to heal them. Don't mask it. Don't act like everything is fine if it's not fine. Don't act like some shit ain't bothering you when it's bothering you. And to be able to, and maybe even showing you how to take the mask off. For some of you, they might be trying to mirror, making you take that mask off. So again, if you get with people and they're not really being their most authentic self, or they're showing up in a certain type of way, it's very safe to say you might have the same energy in yourself. And it's going to be very important for you to learn how to heal that and acknowledge that so you can show up whole in your relationships. And so you could potentially, possibly learn how to actually have equal partnerships. Because if equality is the word here, again, you might be finding yourself in a lot of relationships that maybe you're unequal or that are, lackluster, or maybe these people aren't really whole within themselves. They get with you to fill a void, but maybe you also using them to fill a void in a certain type of way. If they show up chaotic, maybe you got a little bit of chaotic energy about yourself. If they're a little insecure, maybe you got to work on your own insecurities a little bit, so that way we can clear this mirror up. Give me something for career and finances for Pisces. Traveler says there's an opportunity for you to travel for work or business. You might be attending a convention or a training that will enhance your skills. Again, I did see the 3 of Pentacles. So again, there might be a contract, again, more so like with work. Pisces also did kind of pop up in Virgo. So maybe you have a little bit of the axis in your chart, sort of like that. And I did pick up on like public speaking for Virgos next year. So again, this feels like, again, you will be traveling, or you have the potential and the opportunity to travel for work. Making sure that you pay attention to the contract, making sure that whatever these opportunities are things that are in alignment with you and that really bring you together. Okay, I feel like also through traveling, you might meet some people. I feel like this is a good year of making sure that you meet new faces and meet fresh faces. I do feel like you'll definitely start encountering some people who, again, will have your back. Okay, they'll be like a brother to you, like a sister to you, like a bestie to you. They will live by the same code, the same creed that you live by. You won't have to worry about these weirdos who, you know what I'm saying, just don't have the same moral code or likeness or moral compass that you might have. Okay, but don't be afraid to definitely start traveling and looking into that. Miscalculation, taking responsibility for your mistakes is a good sign to start all over again. Learn from the lessons and use them for better judgment. Okay, so again, making sure that you can keep yourself out of these contracts. I'm seeing some contracts and some financial obligations you might get yourself into. And again, if you're not reading that fine print, if you're not paying attention to what it is that you're doing, you might end up kicking yourself later down the line because you probably shouldn't have did that. Okay, don't blindly jump into anything. Make sure you use your discernment. Make sure you are using proper judgment before you get in stuff. Don't let nobody sell you a lemon. Okay, don't let nobody sell you no bullshit. Yeah, it's like the Puffy documentary. It's like I was watching that shit the other day, and they was talking about how he go to all these artists and act like, yeah, welcome to what that shit was, Bad Boy, where all your dreams is gonna come true. And then what a girl was, she said she had her lawyer look over the contract, and the lawyer was like, yeah, they offering you fame, not fortune. It's like, be very careful about that shit. She still signed it, stupid ass. I personally wouldn't have, but it feels like that type of thing. Don't let nobody sell you no shit. Don't get in no contract or get with nothing and get with nobody, and then they like, yeah, you just make so much money, and these are our numbers and this is what we doing, and then you get in that hole and you realize, oh, y'all are full of shit. Y'all just sold me a dream. Okay. But I mean, mistakes are meant to be learned from. Okay, not to be harped on. How else would you learn and would you grow if you didn't have to learn these lessons, aka Saturn, right? Sometimes you got to go through the hard lessons in order to really grow and mature. I just told Virgo that in their video. You can't be so fucked up about the growth, the growing pains, that you forget about the beauty of the growth. You just so fucked up about the growing pain. Because the growing pain just the worst part. But you're growing. So how can we shift that, transmute that energy into finding the beauty in the growth, as opposed to harping on the growing pain that came with it, right? Other card out, it says security. You are financially secure and abundant. Continue to grow and maintain stability in your career and finances. Multiple streams of income are recommended. Okay, so making sure that you do that. It's not enough to just have one stream of income. If you want to make sure that you're really having the proper security, you're going to have to get a couple. Okay, and this is how you'll really start to see the tangible evidence and things kind of shift in together. All right, but again, making sure that you have people around you that are on the same wavelength. It ain't the same. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? If you're around motherfuckers who okay with just their regular one job, or motherfuckers who have spin it, get it right back mentality and shit, this is not the time to be around them. This is not the year to be around them. Okay, you need to be with some like-minded people who want to learn how to budget and save and balance your checkbook, bitch, and open a 401k, all that shit. That's what matters. That's what maturity look like. Not this, I'm going to go blow it all my check in a night, and then I'm just going to work like a goddamn dog over the next couple of weeks to make that shit back. Them days are long gone, okay? Saturn says that we have matured. We have wisened up from that, and we not on that shit no more. Taking chances. It's time to take a leap of faith in this situation. Be more courageous in dealing with your finances, and it may be uncertain, but it may lead to great results. So this is a good time to bet on yourself. This is a good year to bet on yourself. However, what I'm seeing is there are some people you can't take with you, though. That's just that on that. It's time to take some changes. It's time to get big in your security. It's time to really kind of elevate what you're doing. Start traveling. Maybe there's an opportunity that'll come for you next year to where you can start traveling for work. And it can maybe even bring some security. But don't be nervous to make a mistake with your finances. Making a mistake means it's a good time to start all over again. You just got to go back to the drawing board. Okay? But there are some people and some habits and some things around you that have to go. There are some people who are not progressing with you. There are some things that are not helping you progress within. There are some mindsets, some habits, some patterns that are not helping you when it comes to materializing the life and the dreams and the aspirations that you have. Could maybe even be causing some conflicts, some challenges to overcome. And 2026 is going to be a good time for you to take a real long, hard look at that, about what's not working for you, what is working for you, what's growing, what's materializing, what's progressing for you, what isn't, who's working, who's materializing, who's progressing with you, and who's not. And to clear out the rubbish. Because these people can't go where you're going. Justice is being served. Handing them out like Sunday plates. Justice is being served. Okay? But it's going to start with you taking a really long, hard look and making the really hard decisions that might hurt you. I imagine opening the lion's mouth might hurt your hands. The motherfuckers are strong. Actually can bite both of your shit off. But it takes some real strength to pry it open. And sometimes that's really what you need. It'll hurt. You'll miss people. the memories, the laughs. I understand all that. But do you want to hold on to that more than you want what's coming to you for your future? Or, hey, don't shoot me, I'm just a messenger. Okay, just saying. Thank you again so much for getting this far on my video. If you've got this far, like, share, subscribe. Again, my name is B, just in case if you forgot from the beginning of this. I am open for personal 2026 readings. Again, you can use Shop Pay if you want to, because I know it is holiday season and times is hard, bitch. Okay, so you can definitely check that out. I also have a 10% off discount code, comeback, COMEBACK. You can find my website down below in the description box. You can find my other platforms down below in the description box, and all other little trinkets that you need to know about me. Like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if this resonated. And yeah, super excited for your 2026. Wishing you love, wishing you greatness and all of the amazing things. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.